Could the New York Giants come calling for Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman? We'll get into it next. A reminder, hit that subscribe button. Keep this podcast free. We appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate you sharing and liking with your friends. And we also appreciate our great friends at Big Fork Brands. They are the sponsor of today's show. Get 25% off using our link, which is pinned below in the comments. Well, the New York Giants have already started their coaching search to replace Brian Daboll, and Marcus Freeman has been talked about a lot. And I can tell you that they are interested in at least talking to him, and we'll see where that goes. I'm not sure that Marcus is going to leave to replace Brian there. I think the issue that needs to first be figured out is the future of Joe Schoen. It looks like the general manager, because he survived to this point, I thought he would have been the first to go along with Daboll at least, but it looks like he may survive. That is the first thing that any head coaching candidate would have to figure out with the Giants situation. Marcus Freeman is very well liked because of the way he's built his culture, his relationship with players, his ability to evaluate and put together a staff. That is what is impressing the Giants. Is he the best option for them? Well, there's a number of them. There's a possibility and even talk that somebody like John Harbaugh may be let go by the Ravens, and he would certainly be someone one they would look after. The Giants seem to like Cliff Kingsbury, who's done such a good job with them against them, who's with Washington. Not as high on him, but certainly maybe he's learned from his time with the Cardinals. Jeff Hafley, defense coordinator of the Packers, another guy that they look at. There's some others on the list that they will vet. But Marcus Freeman is someone they'd consider. In the end, though, you wonder if the lack of NFL experience would certainly work against him. It's something the Giants would have to consider. Notre Dame, and I will say this in being involved in coaching searches, you've got to be prepared at all times, college or pro, to make a move and replace your head coach. Whether he leaves, whether you need to get rid of him, anything can happen at any time for any number of reasons. You better be ready to go with your next option. Notre Dame, I can tell you, although they feel very good about putting a package together, and I think a lot of this rumors, as you know from previous conversation about coaching searches, gets put out there to create leverage, to create more money situation for the coach. And I do think Notre Dame is going to up the package with Marcus Freeman that could put him in the $12 million a year range in a longer deal. I think that's what's going to happen personally. But if Notre Dame were to lose him, my understanding, they would certainly look hardest at the top of their list would be two former Notre Dame assistants. In fact, two former Notre Dame coordinators under Brian Kelly. Mike Elko, who's doing a great job at Texas A&M. I'm not sure that he'd leave A&M to go to Notre Dame, but wouldn't prevent them from discussing and seeking a permission to speak with them and getting into discussion. Technically, they don't need permission, but they usually do, in my experience. And Clark Lee of Vanderbilt is someone that also been a coordinator at Notre Dame. Both know the program, how they feel about it from where they are. Clark's at his alma mater, no question, but Notre Dame is unique, and whether he would consider that, who knows? We're not there yet, and I don't know that's where the Giants are going to go, and I don't know that's where Marcus Freeman's going to go if the Giants do decide to go in that direction. But it is an indication always that the coaching searches are not quite done until the NFL cycle is over, because you will see guys that will be considered on the college level, not just head jobs, but more importantly or more frequently, assistant jobs. So let's keep that in mind. We'll be here to keep you up to date on all of it. A reminder again to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, look at the bottom, and maybe you're not subscribed. It's free. Subscribe. It helps keep this podcast free, and it doesn't cost you anything. So we think it's a win-win. Happy holidays, everyone. We appreciate you joining us. Have a great time. Be safe out there, and we'll talk to you next time.